Hello everyone and welcome back to our dumper series, and in today's video we've got the 9-ton Thwaites dumper with us, and we're going to cover all of the daily pre-operational checks for this machine. Now, when doing these checks, if you come across any problems, you must stop using the machinery immediately and get in contact with your local WHC Hire depot to ensure that the machinery is safe for you to use. On that note, let's crack on with the video and go through these daily checks. To start with, we're going to do our visual checks of the machine. We're going to start on one side of the machine and work all the way around. What we're looking for here is any damage that wasn't there the last time we used the machine. So checking the skip for any holes, any damage, the tyres, making sure there's no slashes, and they're inflated correctly. Checking the mud guards, and when coming round to the steps of the cabin, ensure that there's no debris on them, that they're safe and they're easily accessible. Again, looking at the rear tyre, the rear left tyre, double checking for any slashes, and then working our way round to the back of the machine. So as we come round, we'll double check the lights, make sure that they're intact on the outside, the bodywork of the rear of the machine, and the lights on the other side. And then once we've done that, we can work our way down the other side of the machine to ensure everything's okay, ready to go. Just doing our final checks of the tyres and all the bodywork. Double check there's no leakaging either coming from underneath the skip or underneath the main part of the articulated body. And once you're happy with that, you've completed your visual checks and you're ready to move on to your fluids and your levels checks. To do so, we need to access the cabin to reach the engine of the machine. Follow me. To begin our fluids and levels checks, we need to access underneath the operator's seat. To do so, we need to lift up the hatch by pulling this lever. So as we raise this operator's seat up, it'll expose the whole engine of the machine. Here we can do all our checks of our levels and our fluids. Your engine dipstick is here, and you can refill the oil level here. Also, we've got our fuel filler cap, our fuel level reader, our air filter, and our engine coolant. Now you've done all your fluids, levels checks, we can now lower the operator's seat to start our final checks, which is our electrical and our safety tests. To lower the bonnet, just simply close it and it will lock automatically into place for you. So to get ourselves into this cabin, we need to ensure that when we get into the machine, we use 3 points of contact to do so. You'll find handles on the side of the control panel and also the operator's seat to help you. Double check that the linch pins are secured correctly on the ROPS bar on both sides of the dumper. From here, you can also double check the beacons are secured correctly prior to them turning on in your electrical tests. Now, when safely and comfortably in your seat, we need to do our seatbelt test. So release your seatbelt and engage it on the opposite side. Once you're happy with that, you can take your ignition key out to do your final electrical tests. Pop your key into the ignition and turn it to position 1. For safety reasons, the dumper will not operate without the seat belt engaged. Compliance is shown by the green beacon above you, which should be flashing. If that beacon is not flashing, this machine will not turn on. You're okay now to turn the machine off and key off. Now that we've keyed off, the machine is all ready and raring to go. All we need to do is double check that the hydraulics work on the skip when the machine is running. To do so, then you'll need to follow the startup procedure and then double check that the skip works by using the skip controls on the left-hand side of the operator's seat. For more details, please be sure to check out our handover video for a full explanation of how to do this. Once you've completed those checks, you can release your seatbelt and exit the machine using 3 points of contact. And there you go, guys, that is our daily operations checks for one of our 9-ton Thwaites dumpers here at WHC Hire. Like I mentioned before, if you come into any problems whilst doing these checks, you need to get in contact with your local depot as soon as possible so we can ensure the machinery is safe for you to use. Otherwise, you're up, ready, raring to go. Thank you ever so much for joining me today in this tutorial video. For more videos like this or more tutorials on how to get the most out of this machine, please be sure to check out our full playlist on our website. Thank you ever so much again for joining me. Until the next video, take care. Bye bye for now.